And good afternoon, everyone. And welcome to another Saucy 70 tournament race. Still in the first round here. We have the one of the most anticipated races of the entire tournament so far. Armada versus Oatvoid. The 6-seed Armada, he has a if I'm not mistaken, a 52-24 PB going up against Oatvoid, the 11 seed, who has a 55-31. We have quite the race ahead of us. Both of these runners opting not to have a handicap in this race. Although Oatvoid does play on emulator, so that will help him out a little bit, saving time gradually as we go. In the booth with me today, Collins, how are you?
Hey, how's it going? Thanks for having me. Pretty excited for this one.
Of course. If anyone is knows tourneys and watched a bunch before, this man has commentated them through and through. He's all over the community. This guy is very good at what he does. So it'll be nice to have a professional in here where someone is going to be able to carry the load for me. But no, for real. Great to have you. We have Armada and Oats, like I said, in here with us as well. Armada is still deafened, but we can kind of figure that out. Collins, where do you think this race is going to go today? Who do you think has the ultimate advantage here?
Well, if we're going to be right up and honest about it, I think it's pretty safe to say that Armada is the favorite in this one, not only with the PB advantage by a few minutes, but also the tournament and just gaming kind of knowledge and experience in general. He's considered probably one of the best, if not the best, melee players of all time. So I guess that in itself kind of explains how experienced he is in this sort of setting. So I don't really expect to see any nerves out of him going into this race. He's very, very consistent from what I've seen in his runs and whatnot. Yeah, we'll see how Oatvoid handles it. It should be it's quite a bit of pressure going into this matchup. But like I always say in these races, you never know.
Absolutely,
Armada could have a bad one, and Oatvoid could have a really good one. It's tough to say. Absolutely,
I think I believe it's Oats' first tourney as well, and where it is Armada's first tournament in Super Mario 64, I could see there being a little bit of pressure. But obviously with, as you said, the prior Smash Bros. Tourney experience, I think his nerves are probably not that high. I think it'll be a lot of fun. But both runners here look to be undeafened. Can we get a confirmation that you are both ready to go here? Both, maybe we have a save file ready, and we can get this countdown underway. Looks like Armada is starting up. Waiting for confirmation.
I'm good. Yeah.
Okay, that is confirmation from Oat.
I'm good as well.
That looks good from Armada. All right, perfect. Okay. So I'm going to start at 5, and we're going to start on go. All right, runners, here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
It's me, Mario.
And now just ask both of you to deafen and mute for me.
Okie
And we are underway. Maybe a little off for the timers a bit for Oat, but that's okay. It's okay here. Let me get Armada's time fixed and sound. Perfect. All right.
There's a cream cheese.
I know. Shh. Jeez. I can hear you. Anyways.
I wanted you to know.
Okay, Becky commentating, I think, as well today.
What a way to kick it off.
It's perfect. It's perfect. Absolutely. So, here we are. It looks like we have about a 9-second difference here, but ultimately, I believe their timers did start at the correct portion here. So, ultimately, there isn't really a lead. Oat's internet has been a little choppy today, so we might have to give him a few refreshes. We'll see what happens as Armada gets a clean Lakitu skip.
Yeah, that's to be expected here with Armada. And looks like Oatvoid going to get it as well. Saw him practicing that quite a bit earlier, so nice to see that practice paid off. And we'll see how bomb clip goes for both of these runners. Can be a bit tilting to miss bomb clip towards the beginning of a race here. Just not the way you want to start off. So we'll see how Armada does with it here. And that looks good. A little bit of a weird kind of camera angle or analog stick adjustment there from Armada, but lucky to see no issues there.
Yeah, neither of these runners doing the typical C right, C left bomb clip strat there. I don't do it either, but usually you would expect that from some of the more higher PB or lower PB timed runners.
Yeah, it's definitely a bit easier to set up the camera there, but looks like both runners are going to be opting for Womps 9 here. Saves about 0.7 seconds, and there's no point in not doing it during a race setting because you can't reset anyway, so there's really no point, like I said, in not doing it. Let's see what Armada gets in the slide here.
Any guessers for Oat? Ooh, that looks like a good one. About the same.
Not bad at all. Coming out of the slide, and we'll see first real test here is Womp's Fortress. Womp's 100 can be quite a disaster depending on the race, but if anything, with the PBs that we have here with these runners today, anticipating probably a pretty good one. I would assume that Armada probably is going to be going... Oh, he's actually going to go ahead and do, looks like, Owless first. Try to go for the fence clip double jump movement, but unfortunately didn't get it, but that looks like a good... Oh, taking a bonk off the cage is Armada.
And not a huge time loss, but mentally, these small mistakes do start to add up, and he gets it second try. Not too bad.
And Oatvoid also taking a bonk as well. Not the way that you want to start off, but if he can nail this one, we are about back, set it even, and that's pretty far left, but that one looks good to go.
And perfect. We have the landscapers outside just in time. So, if everyone hears that, very sorry. But we're just going to continue on. It looks like Armada's opting for Womp's 100. Maybe he feels very confident about cannonless. Because I feel like when you start in Womps, you usually go for the stars you don't feel the most confident about. And Womps 100, it can be scary. It depends on what cycle you go for. If you're opting for the fastest cycle, most likely you're gonna do that first, just because it is relatively scary.
Oh my goodness, Armada barely nabbing that half cycle. I thought it was a bit risky for him to go for that. Just how late he got there in the cycle, had a kind of a missed fence clip, kind of jump dive, but looking pretty good. And looks like Oatvoid's going to go for the more traditional setup here, but the Piranha Plant respawned, and not sure what Oatvoid's kind of up to here. I believe he missed the red, did he not?
I don't believe no, I don't think he did. He missed that first blue coin, it looked like. So he had to wait for the second Piranha Plant to die, just so he could grab that. So not only waking one Piranha Plant, but waking two, and murdering in cold blood. I don't know if that's a little weird or really unfortunate. But yeah, Armada finishing up 100. Both these runners basically at the same point here, not too far off with their times, no major mistakes. This is where it can be a little bit of a game changer. Armada can nail cannonless, and he does.
Yeah, like I said, Womps kind of sets the stage, so to speak, for this 70-star kind of race action. Having a good Womps can set you up for a couple, can allow you to make a few mistakes, I should say, later down in the run. But looks like Oatvoid's going for this sock folder setup as well, and he's going to go ahead and miss. Actually, it was a bit of a sketchy setup, so gonna have to back it up with Wild Blue. And Armada going to be taking probably about a 10-second lead so far, maybe a bit more, as Oatvoid's struggling here to get up to this Wild Blue star, but finally nabs it.
Yeah, it looked like lining up next to the bridge there when he ledge grabbed. He might have been a little too far off to the right. From what Okami told me, the bridge will kind of set you up there if you get close enough to it for a perfect cannonless, as long as you get the bottom notch. But it looked like he was a little too far right there.
Oh, and he's going to be struggling to get back up to the setup here. He's going to take a fall off the top near the plank, and that is quite unfortunate. Sets him back about another 10, maybe a bit less, but making the same mistake twice. Oh my goodness, Oatvoid.
Looks a little better, but oh no.
Oh, he's going to take a fall off the plank.
This is unfortunate already for Oat.
Yep, when you start to make these mistakes early on, it's really tough to avoid getting tilted here. As I go ahead and turn on my AC, getting kind of toasty. Thought it was fall, but apparently kind of summer weather now here in New York. And Armada going for this top of the tower star. Taking a more of a beginner strat here, and he's going to go ahead and nab it. And exiting Womps 9 with a 716, but his timer reset. What?
Oh boy.
That's weird.
Okay, so
What happened?
I guess he must have a hotkey. That is my assumption. I guess we're gonna have to maybe review the tapes.
Yeah.
I guess we'll have to figure it out when we get to the end there. I don't think we're gonna be able to just.
This timer's fine on the stream, apparently. That's...
Oh, okay. Okay, so streamer is just actually stupid. Don't worry, guys. Everything's okay. We can go ahead and fix this right now. We're okay. There it is. All right. All right, we got it here. Okay.
There you have it, folks.
Streamer's just a little stupid. Don't mind me. It was just the split time, and we're good.
I was like, that was a very interesting way to... I was like, that reset, like, immediately. That was super strange.
Yeah. I thought maybe he hit a hotkey or something like that. I'm not sure. But it wouldn't be a saucy 70 race if we didn't have some sort of, some sort of mess up along the way, whether it's someone else's connection or my own stupidity. But we're going to continue. Let's see what Oatvoid gets here on the slide. Looks like a pretty good setup. Probably a high 12.
Armada headed into...
It looks like I did it with Oatvoid as well.
So it goes.
As is tradition. Yep.
Looks like Armada here going through Dark World. Another pretty large test early on in the 70 star. You can kind of chill after this point, after you get through Dark World, because you know that you kind of have a run going. And it looks like Armada was going for that Shig cycle, but unfortunately it's probably going to have to take normal at this point, but not a huge deal. So he almost takes a spill off the edge there. And avoiding the amp narrowly.
Looks like we lost sound here in Armada's stream. That's not good, so we're just going to go ahead and switch over to Oats. And cream cheese indeed. Alright, back at it. And the biggest thing with Dark World, obviously, especially in a race setting, you just don't want to die. You want to make sure you just get through it, even if you bonk a few times. You may not get the cycle you want. If you die, especially towards the end there, around that 6th, 7th red coin, it is just unfortunate. You lose a good minute.
And Oatvoid's going to take a spill. Commentator's curse. Lay sauce. What are you doing, my friend?
Ouch. Not good. Not good. It was a quick death, to be fair. A very quick death, but still not what you want to see here, as Armada has probably a 1047 fade out. We'll see how, the difference there.
Yeah, it's pretty solid. It's a pretty solid Dark World exit.
I've been informed Armada's sound is back. Let's take a look real fast. And it is. Perfect.
Alrighty. Yeah, probably only about a 15-second death there for Oatvoid, so, not optimal, but not the worst thing that could have happened. He could have taken a death towards the end here, but looks like he should be able to get away with this. And Armada going for the sky jump, looking really good. Nice lag reduction there at the end by Armada. And he's headed into CCM, where we, in the past, not sure about this tournament, but in other tournaments that I've commentated, have seen quite a few mistakes, specifically with the CCM 100 star, CCM 100 and the Penguin race.
Yep, there has been one racer. We don't need to name who it is. We don't have to name who it is, but yes, someone did mess up the CCM 100, missed a coin at the end because he is a terrible racer. Yes, I'm talking about myself. Yeah, it is a run killer and a race killer. It's just not what you want to see here.
Yeah, if you miss it, if you're really good, you can go for the CCM 17 route and just get a double plus. Not lose any time, or too much time, I should say. You still will lose time, but that's or I guess you could do LL 100, but knowing LL 100 means you probably run 120 star, and as we know, there aren't too many 120 star runners active currently, so it's kind of a rare backup that you see. But it's like Oatvoid going for the really nice sky jump movement at the beginning there, looking really hot. So Armada nabs this wall kicks will work. Pro strat. Looking really solid.
All right. I wonder if he's going for CCM 17.
I don't really watch Armada a ton. Does he typically do pillarless and runs?
He indeed does pillarless. I believe he just learned it a little over a month ago, so... And from what I saw earlier, getting everything set up, it looked like he was practicing it. So I would not be shocked to see him go for it. And we have seen a few races kind of die out for some runners at SSL going for pillarless. You've had a few deaths. It can definitely lose you some time there if you go for it and you don't get it. Even if you do it, give it a few attempts. And you don't ultimately end up getting it in the long run, and you use your backups, then you go for the shell. You've lost yourself a long time on a pretty quick split. So that's kind of not what you want. So we'll see if the runners opt to take the safe route, and we'll see if Armada goes for the safety coin, and he does.
Yeah, it's definitely a good idea to take the backup red there. It only loses about 3 seconds, and just allots you a lot more leeway when going into this Penguin race. Because as we've stated before, losing a minute in like 30 seconds to missing out on this on these coins here is not truly optimal. But Armada's going to go ahead and grab that row up top there, and I'd say that's probably the toughest part of the slide. And
the jump, absolutely.
Yeah. Looks like he's probably good to go from this point on, and obviously electing for CCM 18 here. CCM 17 would be kind of insane to go for with a 52 PB in a race setting, but yeah, so looking pretty good. And Armada is going to eat a little bit of lag here. Doesn't really go for the super optimal Mario Camp C down on the ice block strat to long jump and grab the star, but not really a huge deal. Just a little bit of lag, nothing crazy.
And takes a safe route by not jumping into the Penguin. realistically, it saves you maybe, you know, a half a second or a second. But, you know, oh, see, just as Oatvoid did, you know, you can make it, but if you jump too early, that penguin will knock you right off. It's very unfortunate, and to do basically the entire minute and a half of the 100 coin and penguin race, to lose it there is very unfortunate. So, looks like.
Yeah, I mean, oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, that's quite all right. It looks like Armada, you know, could possibly have Oat tabbed. I don't know. Coming from his standpoint, maybe he doesn't keep an eye on the other runner. He just focuses on his own thing, just to see you know, to keep his mental focused on his only run. Like for me, I had to have the other runners open. I needed to know. It helps me mentally, but maybe for him, it is not that way.
Yeah, it just depends on the you know, the personality and the individual when it comes to knowing the other racers, kind of like where they're at and whatnot. I agree with you on that one. For myself, I like to have the other person tabbed just so I know. Okay,
ooh, and
like,
Oatvoid
you know,
impregnating the penguin. Sorry,
Say
continue.
again?
I said Oatvoid impregnating the penguin, but continue.
Yeah, but it just depends on what you like. I know personally, I if the other racer is, say, you know, a minute behind me, I know that I can kind of relax a little bit, maybe not try super difficult strats, maybe not be too risky. But if I'm behind, you know, substantially, maybe I'll go for those extra difficult strats that could net me a little bit more time saved. But I think that Armada is probably the type to just kind of focus in on his own thing, just from his background and whatnot. I think he's definitely got the mental side of things kind of figured out from just, you know, playing in front of what I'm assuming are thousands of people playing Smash. So anyway, grabs the MIP star nicely, and he's going to head into SSL, and we'll see, you know, is he going to elect to do pillarless?
And Oat seemed to be having a little bit of trouble getting into BBH, and then a little bit of an issue wall kicking up there, and now unable to get the boo, sliding back down. So this is just even more time lost for him.
Yeah, that's quite unfortunate, but Armada, pillarless, looking pretty good. Angle looks really solid, and yeah, he looks like he's going to get up into there. Oh, he's going through the back! Oh, so unfortunate.
Not the worst.
No, not the worst at all. Could have been substantially worse there. It looks like he's going to go for the top of the pyramid as a backup.
I believe Klepto was gone by that point, but man, he did luck out. If he had died there, that could have been even more of a time loss. Oat is pretty good at pillarless from what I know. He's been doing it for a long time, so it is very possible he gets in there and saves a little bit of time on that.
Yeah, and Armada grabs a medium bomb, so he's gonna have to go for the backup here. And quite unfortunate that he actually. Oh, I hope he's gonna go for the top of the talon right there.
And he does.
The pyramid. For a second, thought he may have been going for the top of the pyramid star yet again, but luckily he remembered what backup he had burned already. And it looks like Armada is more than likely going to have to take the shell here. I mean, maybe one more try of pillarless is fine, because it's not like, you know, anything's based on a cycle at this point, so he could give it one more go.
Absolutely.
Looks like he's going to. And he's going to, unfortunately, miss the bomb grab there.
What's he doing?
And
he's going for it again.
Oh.
Wow. Okay, he got big bomb that
grab
time.
looks good. I don't know about that angle.
He should have it.
Yeah, that looks...
As long as he gets the right angle going up. And he nails it. All right.
Wow.
But ultimately, with all the attempts at it, I feel like it still would have been probably the same amount of time going for the shell. But let's see if Oat can nail it first try, kind of save a little bit of time here.
Yeah, looking really good.
Very clean.
Very surprising there from Oatvoid for nailing that with a 55.
Very good.
Yeah,
he's been doing that strat
impressive.
for a long time, I believe, since he's had a 58. So he's not shying away from some tougher strats, and it shows.
Yeah, that was incredible. So nice job from Oatvoid. Definitely making up quite a bit of time on Armada. Not sure if it's exactly, substantial enough for what he needs to make this to kind of catch up on this lead that Armada has. But you never know. We have lava boosts, and the volcano stars in general coming into LLL, so those can be tough. So we'll see how Armada does with those. And Oatvoid, really clean SSL so far, and he's just got one quick and easy star left to go, shining atop the pyramid. So we'll see if he's able to solidify. Oh, and he's gonna go. Oh, commentator's curse. I'm so sorry,
man.
Oatvoid.
Yeah, that was unfortunate. Looks like diving a little too late there.
Uh-oh,
man.
Yeah.
That hurts. That hurts.
Stop talking.
I mean,
goodness.
what should be a little over 7-second star grab turning into that is just unfortunate.
Yep. And Armada getting bullied by the bullies a little bit, but
hitting the big bully the other way.
Oh, he's taking a burn at the end. And
bless you, Becky. Oh man.
Yeah, it was a little bit unfortunate there, but Oatvoid nabbing that star. Honestly, with that death, I think that he still may have saved just a little bit of time on Armada there. Nothing, not what it should have been or could have been, but just a little bit indeed. So Oatvoid going to be joining Armada here in LLL. And yeah, we'll see how it goes for him.
It's like Oat maybe opting for the tougher stars first. Volcano stars?
Armada
oh, man.
taking a death, getting burned too many times, just missed that long jump. And Oatvoid.
Impressive. Actually
the
impressive.
Ledge grab skip.
Wow. That was good.
Yeah, that's very impressive. As well as chaining those long jumps together at the end. Man, I'm really impressed with Oatvoid's gameplay so far. Had a bit of an issue in Womps and BBH, but man, really solid, pillarless and especially that bully star. Getting the ledge grab skip, no big deal. And again, I'm sorry, Oatvoid, I commentated cursed you. And took a burn there, but not a huge deal.
Let's see how Lava Boost goes. I assume that's what he's going for first. And he does. Should have it. Looks clean. Ooh, alright. A little scary. And skipping a little bit here. But we're gonna assume he made it. Okay.
Yep.
There it is. As Armada takes a burn trying to get up to the volcano. Probably was gonna be going for Lava Boost here, but has to take the elevator up now. I mean, I guess technically doesn't have to. Could have just grabbed a few coins, but maybe just taking, cutting his losses there. And ooh, Oat taking another burn. Now is gonna have to go for the bullies over on the far side instead of going for the elevator. Did not have enough health to do so. Hitting the bully the wrong way. Getting bullied a little. Yeah.
Not a huge deal, though. Looks like Armada setting up for a lava boost of his own, and that looks good.
Yeah,
so,
both runners having a good lava boost.
Yep, absolutely. And Armada has a bit of a weird camera angle there at the end, but still nabbing the star regardless. And yeah, not too shabby of an LLL from Armada there. Wasn't perfect, but it wasn't too bad.
The death hurt, but
yeah.
Besides that, he didn't really make any other mistakes. And we will be heading into what is known as a resident sleeper stage, but the music is just wonderful. So, everyone, turn your volumes up. We'll try to talk a little bit softer for you.
Yeah, DDD, absolutely. Sleeper stage. Kind of going into ASMR mode here.
But very easy to lose some time on all of these stars.
Yeah, definitely. Swimming is pretty tough, honestly. It's one of those things that doesn't really look too hard, but once you kind of start controlling Mario yourself, you're kind of like, what's going on here? I will say that I recently started 120 star, probably about a week ago, maybe a little bit more. And man, that helps your swimming so much. Going into JRB and really having to, do all the stars in DDD substantially helps with your swimming. So looking forward to going back to 70 and getting some DDD golds for sure. But Armada's going to miss a star here and struggling to find out where it was, but grabs it nevertheless. And he has the sub-star next here. And as we know, our least favorite star in the game, at least mine, the Manta Rays, coming up in a bit here for Armada, can lose a ton of time. Definitely seen a lot of really good runners lose, a minute in a race just because of the kind of sketchy hitboxes.
Oh, absolutely.
On the Manta Ray rings.
So I see some runners, even in this tournament, have opted to skip the first ring. And I feel like if you're gonna do that, why not just go for the first one? Because if you get that first one, you're probably good. It looks like Armada is a back sub Barry. Nothing wrong with that. Not everyone is a front sub Frank, and especially at the times that these runners are at with their PBs, maybe 4-second time save is probably not worth the risk.
Yeah, you don't even at the higher level tournaments really see anybody going for front sub, so not much of a surprise there. And looks like Armada here going to go for the first ring, gets that one, and yeah, looking good is Armada. And we're going to be headed into Fire Sea very shortly here. He's got quite a substantial lead, so does not need Lava Boost early Ellie's. Not sure if he goes for that normally in runs, but doesn't hurt. You know, it doesn't really. There's no risk really involved in going for that that cycle. But we'll see how the Fire Sea goes here. It can be pretty detrimental if you take a death, especially towards the end of the stage.
Absolutely, and it looked like Armada had a 26. I believe 51 fade out, if I'm not mistaken, getting out of DDD. So we'll see where Oat is around that time, just kind of gauge where these runners are at.
And looks like Armada here is looking pretty clean so far. He's obviously not going to get the lava boost, but could snag this early elevator cycle.
Looks like he's going to get it. Should be able to.
Looks like he's going to get it, yeah. Especially nice with the jump dive at the end there. Really solid from Armada. Going to be tough for Oatvoid to nab that cycle. It is quite difficult. But Armada with a nice ending as well. Man, very impressed by Armada's consistency so far. Has had a couple issues, namely an LLL. And obviously the pillarless kind of mishap, but very impressive so far from Armada.
Yeah, that was very good. Very good.
Definitely impressed with that early elevator cycle. Like I said, ending very clean as well. And Armada proving that he can, despite being a new runner, can hold his own in the Mario 64 tournament world. So definitely expecting to see him in some more tournaments, possibly the Ruby Mill tournament in the, whenever the next 70-star kind of invitational is. But as I say that, commentator's curse. Sorry, Armada. He's going to miss the throw.
He doesn't want him to teleport, and he does, closer to the edge. I mean, he kind of took the safe. Oh, man. This is getting
tough.
Worse and worse.
Yeah, this is tough.
There it is. No, taking another hit. It was clear he didn't want to. He didn't want Bowser to go off the edge there. He took his time.
Armada. Grab the guy. There we go.
Oh, I thought that angle was sketchy. Wow.
Oh my goodness, Oatvoid, sorry to interrupt, getting the lava boost early Ellie cycle.
Ooh.
Or was it a poverty lava boost early Ellie?
I'm not sure.
You're gonna have to let me know on that one. Was not paying attention to his Fire Sea there. But if so, Oatvoid could have made up a lot of time there, especially if he's able to nail this throw.
I mean, as I was saying, you could tell he didn't want to, risk throwing Bowser off the ledge there, but by not doing so and kind of taking a little bit of an easy throw, it was almost more detrimental, because waiting for Bowser to teleport a few times, that was not good. Not good.
No, absolutely not. But if we're correct, I was not paying attention to Oatvoid's screen at that time. Kind of was focusing on Armada's throw mishap there. But if he actually did nab the lava boost early Ellie's, he definitely has quite a bit of potential to make up quite a bit of time here. And looks like he is going to nail that throw. And Armada going through this wet dry world 100. Looking okay so far. Kind of an interesting camera. I don't think I've ever seen anybody not do C down here.
Yeah, it's a little awkward.
Definitely a bit awkward, but you
Especially
know, everybody
with the
has the
RNG.
thing that works for them. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And,
Oat was able to grab that because he was unable to. He got the easy throw because he was unable to grab Bowser right away, so he did teleport on him. So it has been pretty interesting. Bowser with some magic spells, messing with these runners a little bit.
Yeah, but you know, gotta put it into perspective for the viewer. It's a no reset. You know, nerves are a little bit high, especially if you're Armada right now, perhaps knowing that Oatvoid is kind of catching up a little bit. He still definitely has some wiggle room. I would say a substantial amount. But, you know, a couple deaths, you know, or just tippy shenanigans in general could swing this lead either way.
Absolutely, and you know, we are now upstairs, both runners, so this is where in just about every race, except for I believe one, the upstairs is where it's ultimately been decided for most races when one runner happens to just take the lead by a pretty large margin before you get up into HMC and Tippy. Let's see if Oatvoid can just go ahead and keep close, because as we know, Tippy is no joke and can really mess with some runners.
Yeah, absolutely. Expecting to see some safe strats out of probably both runners. Not really sure. Should have done more research on Armada, but not really sure if he goes for lack of 2 bounce or anything like that. But sometimes it's better off just to play it safe in the race. I mean, look at Ruby Mill, 70-star tournament winner Okami, pulling up some big upsets, some huge wins over runners that, you know, I mean, theoretically, he maybe should have lost to, but played it safe, played it consistent, you know, went for strats that he knew he had in the bag. And, you know, like I said, pulled off a great tournament win, the largest tournament ever, actually, in Super Mario 64 history. And just goes to show, you don't need to be doing the craziest stuff in the world. You don't need, you know, these crazy glitchy wall kick, you know, lack of 2 bounce strats. Bread and butter, consistency, those rice and beans strats, all you really need to pull off a victory.
Right, we're not here to PB. I mean, don't get me wrong, a PB is, you know, for someone to PB in a tournament is a great feeling, but, you know, it's about trying to just survive the round. So that makes a lot of sense there. And, you know, there will be a lot of strats coming up. Maybe one of the runners or both will opt not to do TTC 100 as Oat might not make it up the elevator, and he should be
scary.
okay. Oh, man. Flashback to yesterday. Genix is reeling in the chat. Like Oat jumping a little higher into the painting will be going for top of the town. Let's see if Armada can get a clean secrets here in THI.
Definitely a pretty tough star, and looks like Armada's struggling just a bit here. But you know, in my opinion, it's one of my most practiced stars.
Ooh.
But like I said, it is tough, especially if you lose the momentum kind of going through. You know, you miss that second secret, and you have to turn around, or you know, something along those lines. And Armada knows the backup. Luckily, for those uninitiated, there is a teleporter there. And if you do the fast get up while on that right side, you will be teleported. And there's really not much of a backup for it. It's kind of tough to get back there. You got to hit the switch and run all the way around. So, you know.
Yeah, he got very lucky there. I'm
Yeah,
going to be
just,
honest, I
knowing
didn't
that.
even know by the slow get up gets you... I thought no matter what, you're in trouble there. No matter how you get up. So I didn't know the slow get up actually saves you. So
Yeah.
learning something new every day. And I think even the chat, that's something the chat knew or didn't know. So it's great to see.
Yeah, absolutely. And like I said, you know, I've been doing quite a bit of commentary, been integrating myself into the race scene more and more over the past couple months. And I've learned so much. You know, it's been really cool. interacting with top level players, getting to kind of, Oatvoid. That's gonna take a death. Yep, that's unfortunate, but
that's not good.
No,
all that time save he had on him through Fire Sea is now gone.
Yeah, that's unfortunate for Oatvoid there, but it looks like Armada's gonna be headed out of THI here. But as I was saying, you learn something new, like you said. Every race, there's always something. You learn backups, and backups are hugely important as well. Not a lot of people focus on them. A lot of newer runners just like to smack the reset button, and in my opinion, not a great idea, especially if you're newer. I personally hate resetting; makes me want to die. So I just learn my backups and try to roll the punches. And that looks like it's tough for a lot of newer runners. But the more upper level gameplay you watch, the more you're gonna learn. So it's kind of neat.
Oh, safely made it this past time. Let's see if long jump and Armada cleanly making it. That log wall kick is very scary. We've seen a lot of runners have some issues with it here, and I would say this is probably one of the toughest areas in the entire run. 70, 120, it doesn't matter. I think TTM is a run killer. A lot of scary stars here. You can lose a lot of time very easily, especially if you go for this strat that Armada is going for now, and he gets the firstie. I didn't know if he was going to make it.
Yeah, getting the firstie is a little bit scary, but if you're used to it and you're used to the speed coming off of it, it's really not too crazy. But yeah, TTM definitely a run killer for sure. It's, I would say, probably behind TTC and Rainbow Ride, my most practiced stage, maybe even a little bit more, but the log wall kick definitely is tough, but saves about, I think, 1.5 seconds each time. So it's worth it if you're, well practiced in it. So yeah, it looks like Armada here is going to go around the Chukya, which is totally fine. Nabbing that star. He's got 2 more to go. And Oatvoid just about to enter, so we do have quite a bit of a lead in favor of Armada here.
Absolutely.
So we'll see how the rest of it goes, but not too pretty. Well, I shouldn't say easy stars. He has reds here, and reds is notoriously difficult. These mushrooms pretty tough to navigate. But we'll see.
Missing the red.
Miss that first red, unfortunately, and that's the.
Oh no!
Commentator's curse.
Not as bad of a time loss that as Oat had whilst doing the secrets, but that was not good. And especially with all the lag that you get on console. And Oatvoid
getting the firstie.
No.
Yeah.
And all that time save he could have had.
Yeah, really devastating. Oatvoid just not really capitalizing. I've never seen anybody do that to get onto the log like that. That is just crazy.
Yeah.
I can't believe it. It's so. I've never seen that.
Usually you take your time walking around it because there is that invisible wall there that tends to screw over a lot of runners. But man, every time Oatvoid has an opportunity, something unfortunate happens.
Yeah, just unfortunately not really capitalizing on the mistakes that Armada is making here. Unfortunately, Oatvoid not getting that insta clip, but not too bad. Man, I can't believe the YOLO
scary.
in Oatvoid. That is
scary.
That's crazy. At that point, you might as well go for log wall kick, in my opinion.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Maybe he feels a little safer with that. Whatever gets you through the race, I guess. But man, this is in a weird way synced. But we have Armada heading over to SL, and should be relatively easy, although taking a bonk there. It all depends on his Snowman's Head Star, as we know that's the tough one here. Besides that, very easy split. Should have no issues, and opting to not go for Snowman's Head first.
Yeah, interesting decision by Armada there, burning a backup that is, it's a pretty free star, and just leaving it, like I said, as a backup for Snowman's Head is definitely optimal. But it looks like, okay, interesting method to get there, but looks like he's going to be going, okay, Looks like we're probably going to see TTC 100 out of Armada if I had to take a guess. Thought for a second maybe he was going for SL Reds there, but if I had to take a guess, he probably is not going to go for it. Oatvoid. Gonna go and blast to the Lonely Shroom there.
Shrek Dog, the bits donation should be working. I don't know why there was an issue, but as I said before,
Nice.
half of all bits and donations go towards the prize pool. Interesting grab by Armada there.
Yeah, that was a great snowman's head, and just such a scary kind of thing there. You saw him kind of just contemplate his existence towards the top of the slope there, kind of just praying, and luckily paid off for him in the end there. He's going to go ahead and grab the bully here. And Armada having a pretty chill snowman's head, or snowman's land, I should say. Sorry, shouldn't have done that. That was a bad pun.
That's okay. I said TTM is a scary area, a scaria, if you will, and Ghost Boy about ripped my head off the other day, so it's okay. We're here for the puns. It is a lot of fun. So, not to go ahead and rhyme there. But, Oatvoid getting a pretty clean snowman's head there. Becky typing Scaria in the chat, thank you.
Yeah, and for those uninitiated, TTC 100 does save time, but often does not. It's tough, but I believe the cutoff to save time over SL Reds with TTC 100 is about 1 minute and 10 seconds. So if you can nab that first 100 coin star, not Thwomp Star, but the 100 coin star, if you can get that in 110 or under, you're going to be saving time. So for a lot of newer runners, I guess it's tough to say it's worth learning it because you're going to eventually implement it into runs, but it will more than often lose you time the more difficult it is for you.
And Armada having a very clean Toad, it's what you want to see. We're not about Toad abuse here. Oh, and Oat almost unable to make it. And looks like Oat will not be going for TTC 100, which honestly could help him out in the long run. I feel like he does TTC 100, but maybe opting for this just in case, maybe being behind where he is. It is possible he's trying to save as much time as he can. Having a little bit of an issue here. Maybe not the most perfect of SL Reds, but making it work.
Yeah, absolutely. Not too bad of a snowman's land so far here from Oatvoid, as Armada grabs emergency exit there. And yeah, it's HMC kind of just a tippy waiting room, in my opinion. Not too much can go wrong, unless you're going for box triple. Then you can have, stuff happen like hitting the death plane or missing it a few times. But all in all, nothing too crazy going on.
Very
here in
easy
HMC.
stage. It's funny you get a very easy stage here in 70, but in 120, probably the most daunting with the HMC 100 star. Probably the toughest star in the entire route.
Yeah, it's very difficult. I don't know. It depends. I definitely... There's a couple stars, and they're mainly 100 coin stars in 120 that'll cost you the run. DDD 100 is also super difficult as well, but yeah, 120 is a different beast in itself. Luckily, 70 kind of just picks the quickest and, kind of most movement kind of oriented stars. Makes for a little bit more of an entertaining experience for the viewer, I should say, depending on your personality, I guess. But Armada going for the elevator clip there, not electing for the box triple jump, which saves about 4 seconds, but it's tough. It's a tough kind of star and strat to get used to.
Yeah, the movement is very strange. You have to switch your camera angle while also side flipping in the right spot, and sometimes you jump a little too high, and it messes up the jump in general. It's very scary. It might not be worth it.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on the kind of pace you're on. If you're a little bit behind, you might as well go for it. Again, this totally depends on your PB and whatnot. Obviously, if you're at a low enough PB, you kind of gotta send it for the most part. But looks like Armada here headed up into Rainbow Ride, and looks like he is going to be going for Swinging the Breeze first. Not sure about that decision. Burning a backup early on is not always the best thing to do, but pretty clean Swinging in the Breeze from Armada there.
Definitely clean, but it is very surprising to see that first, especially where, you know, sometimes you see people go for the tricky triangles long jump there, and a lot of times it doesn't connect. You don't get the ledge grab, and at that point you have a long way to go, or you just take a death. And it looks as if he's going for Lakitu bounce and gets it cleanly.
Good. He's gonna go for the little bit slower but safer pole grab. Doesn't need to mash as much. And we'll see how he gets over to the star. He's not going to do the double wall kick, but that's risky. And Armada's going to take a spill. His angle was just slightly off there. Wanted to be a little bit more upright. He's unfortunately going to take the death there, grabbing some coins just for safety. And he's going to have to back this up with reds. Really unfortunate way to not connect on that star. Did all that work and then take a spill from the top. Not fun.
He did get a little lucky there where Oat was having some issues with the triple box jump, in HMC. Took him a few attempts, but yeah, that's not what you want, especially where you were a mere seconds away from grabbing that star.
Yeah, not the place you want to mess that one up, but backs it up nicely. And let's see if he goes for this Lakitu bounce again. Is Oatvoid taking a bonk on the last star here for them. Looks like Armada's going to be going just for the what I would assume is beginner cruiser movement here, which beginner cruiser is still tough.
It's still hard, yeah. I mean, where he got the Lakitu bounce, that wasn't the part that was scary. You know, that was the part that was scary of the entire thing. Okay, but he's able to get the ledge grab there. He knows exactly where to long jump. That definitely very, very scary there, regardless, because if you mess up that long jump, then you end up bonking and hopefully landing on one of the carpets down there, just so you can long jump to that same area where he had just messed up previously. So
yeah,
hopefully he gets this cleanly.
It's a really tough strat. Sorry to interrupt, but yeah, it's so difficult to get that ledge grab.
No problem. He does make it to the tricky triangles. Having a little trouble, yeah.
But still a pretty substantial lead from Armada heading into TTC. And we'll see what I'm assuming to be first will be TTC 100, which is a very tough star, very movement-oriented, and it's very dangerous. And it looks like Oatvoid going to take a spill going for Lakitu bounce. That's unfortunate. Not a great way to start off your tippy.
He probably knew he had to go for it to try and save as much time as he could. But Armada here going for TTC 100. This could be the dagger if he nails this.
Yeah, absolutely agreed. He's going to get amped here. Quite unfortunate. But he definitely has the time. And Oatvoid nailing the Lakitu bounce this time. But Armada's looking not too bad. Had a bit of a weird angle at the beginning there, so he didn't get the triple jump wall kick that he wanted. But we'll see. This is really yeah, he's good there. That if you bonk there and you're in the wrong spot on that kind of texture, or whatever you want to call it, chain link fence, whatever, you're just straight to your death. There's really nothing you can do to avoid it.
At this point where he's put this much time into this star, he just needs to take his time, make sure he doesn't mess up here. Okay, see. Walking along, not going for the long jump wall kick, missing the invisible wall, luckily, and as long as he makes this safely, he should be good, and he is. So that is what you want to see if you're Armada. You nail that, and you're feeling a lot more comfortable with TTC the rest of the way.
Yeah, Armada and Armada fans alike are just relishing in what appears to be a victory here. But as we've stated before, anything can happen in these races. But Oatvoid's got to hustle. But looks like Armada has probably the worst out of the way. Looks like he's going to go for moving TTC.
He was practicing flippies. Let's see how he does.
This is tough, but
Yeah,
looks like he nails that
it.
triple jump right away. Wow, Armada, definitely very impressive performance here in Tippy so far. Had a little bit of a mishap in Rainbow Ride, but pretty clean TTC so far from Armada, as to be expected, and with the tournament veteran here, and going for moving TTC again. Looks like he's confident.
And it looks like Oat will be wrapping up Rainbow Ride here with tricky triangles. And Armada getting a hand.
Looks really great so far. Love to see the moving TTC strats. They're super satisfying to watch, and kind of substantially faster than non-moving TTC. Not only do you not have to wait for the clock hand to reach 12, but just utilizing the moving parts inside of the clock, each star is a little bit faster. It looks like he's going for the Pro Reds movement here. Oh my goodness, Armada settling in to this run here, finding his groove, and he's going to get the ground pound.
Interesting to go for red so early when it's, basically your only backup. Very interesting. Oat going for moving TTC as well, but opting to not go for flippies. I don't know if he practices it. So it is a little interesting here, but...
it was a very solid get a hand, though. That was really tight. It probably was about a 13-second. But that's still a few seconds slower than what you normally get with the flippies, as you call them. I've never heard anybody call them flippies, and it's kind of cool.
I thought that's just what they were called. I've heard it a few times. Maybe I'm wrong. Shout out to Ibeal. I believe he is the first one I've ever heard say it, so I could be wrong. Or maybe it is Clint. Who knows?
Oh, and Armada's going to take a bonk.
Guys, this is a lot closer than we initially thought here. All it takes is one more major mistake from Armada, and Oat is closing the gap just because of that SL Reds not having to do the TTC 100 movement and taking the time that it does take for it to get there. So this is a very close race, actually.
Yeah, definitely, especially with that death there. And Armada going for the ledge grab skip.
Yep, clock, in the clock.
Interesting.
Taking his time, yeah. Playing it safe.
Yeah, playing it very safe. There's Armada trying to avoid that invisible wall. That used to kill me when I was a beginner 70-star runner, my first few attempts. Would seem to always hit that invis wall. Oh boy, kind of struggling to get into the cage here, but he's looking good to go.
Ooh, Armada did not grab Toad off the start, so maybe we have some time here. I believe Oat did grab Toad, but I do not recall correctly. But we are heading up to Bowser in the Sky, and if Armada can get through bits cleanly and just get to throws, he should all but have the rest of this race in the palm of his hand.
Very impressed with both runners' performances here, but Oatvoid busting out the strats. Definitely for his PB, not pretty solid in terms of what he goes for. Nailed that nice moving strat there. But unfortunately, looks like Armada is going to probably take the W here. Anything can happen, like we've been saying, but Armada has quite the substantial lead so far here. Taking the safe way, no triple jump dive there at the beginning. And he's going to take the pole gang. Definitely playing it safe here as Armada.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. You just don't risk especially if he does have Oat tabbed right now. Do you risk it, going for that triple jump wall kick, especially where, falling that far down could ultimately give Oat the opportunity he needs to get back. And at this point, it's just Armada's race to lose. So let's see what happens here on throws. A death would be unfortunate, but where he's already threw Bowser in the sky, he should be in pretty good shape.
I mean, we've seen it before. It's happened before. Maybe not in this tournament, but in others. We have seen deaths in the final throws, and it has almost decided the race. So anything can happen. It's the thing about this game that makes it so competitive and so fun to watch and fun to play is that it's really not over until that last Bowser hits the bomb. So it looks like that's going to be it for Armada, taking the W here with a low 56. Not a bad showing for Armada for his first, what I'm assuming is his first ever tournament match in Super Mario 64.
Very good. It absolutely was. You know, it was great to have him, no doubt. You know, his first Super Mario 64 tourney. I'm sure there were some there were some nerves, but man, he showed up today. A few minutes off PB, of course, but it really makes you think if both him and Oat had decided on a small, possibly 1 minute handicap, could it have been even closer? But regardless, both runners agreeing there would be no handicap. So props to Oats here for still giving it his all and falling on that triple jump wall kick there, trying to give everybody a show here the rest of the way.
Yeah, good on Oat for finishing this one out. But again, GG's to Armada for the W, 6 seed, taking it over the 11. But nice race all in all. A couple mistakes were had. Oat takes another spill there, and that'll probably seal the deal for Oat on his attempt there, if I had to take a guess. But yeah, really solid showing from both runners. And again, congrats to Armada for the W.
Now we are just going to wait for both racers here, both runners, to undeafen and unmute, so we can go ahead and start. Okay, Armada says give him 5 minutes. He's just got to restart. So it looks as if Oat is a little upset here, starting off a new save file. Okay, all right. Interesting route here. It's everything you could have really wanted.
It's more than possible at this point if Armada takes a little bit more than 5 minutes for Oatvoid to actually completely finish an OOT any percent speedrun.
Let's see if we can get Oat in here for his interview. All in all, still a great race. You know, Oat did a great job. He kept it close a very long time. Even when Armada started to pull away, a few quick deaths kind of brought Oat a little bit closer. It was very great.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, great showing from both of the runners. And you know, Oat really can't say anything negative about the performance. It was, I mean, he was still pretty close to PB. I think he was within about a minute or something. If he had finished that race, he'd have been within, about a minute or so. So not a bad showing by any stretch of the imagination there.
Absolutely. Oat.
Hi.
Hello. So, deciding to start up the OOT right away, huh? You know?
Yeah, I mean, a blind playthrough. Never hurt nobody.
Oat, how does it feel
It
here?
feels bad. I feel like I could have done a lot better. I made some horrible, terrible mistakes, especially in the beginning.
Honestly, the entire way was extremely close here. We had we had some mistakes on your end, but Armada was not perfect either. A few issues there along the way that gave you the opportunity to come on back.
Yeah.
I
I wish I could have picked up on it,
for for the time that you had, and we're gonna be, basically finishing up your run. Only, a few minutes off PB. Honestly, you did very well, and don't feel down about that. You did very well. Maybe we'll see you in the future. I think I'll definitely be running a lot more tournaments going forward. So maybe we'll see you again one day. But thank you for being a part of it. Collins, do you have any questions for Oat?
I don't think so, but Oat, I mean, congrats. I don't know if you're listening in on the commentary, but very impressed with your movement, your strats and stuff for your time. Coming along pretty well. The plus looked really solid, lack of 2 bounce. All in all, implementing some cool stuff into the runs there. So definitely expect to see some more of you in the future. And, good luck on your 70-star aspirations. I guess any plans to move up to 120 or maybe focus on another category, or is it 70 for you?
Right now it's just 70 for me, but I was thinking about switching to 120. Not sure.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Well, congrats again on the showing here. Unfortunate that it had to go the way it did, but like I said, there's always the next time. So, good luck to you in the future, and I'm sure we'll see more of you down the road.
Thank you so much.
And everyone, please give Oatvoid a follow. I already put the exclamation point racers in the chat. Twitch TV/Oatvoid streams a lot and is pretty good at Mario, if you couldn't tell. So definitely check him out. Oat, thank you so much.
Yeah.
And now, I guess while we wait for Armada to restart, yes, Becky did sneeze. Everyone say bless you. Thank you.
Thanks.
So I guess while we wait for Armada to hop back in the Discord here, we can go ahead and show the bracket and see what we got here. That's not the bracket. That is the SoundCloud music. Oh no. Doxed. Not good. But realistically here, let's show everybody what we got going on. So here is our bracket. Let's go ahead and update this in real time. Armada taking the dub over Oatvoid, and will be facing the winner of Gerbies and Shaboom, which that race will be this Sunday. This Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern. Definitely check it out. But, again, while we wait for Armada for the post-race interview, we'll go ahead and mention that we have another race coming up tonight. We have Sean Raider versus Xenon, the 2 seed. The 2 seed versus the 15. So that should be another great one. We have Okami on comms with me, and looks like we have Armada in the waiting room.
Oops.
We can bring him on over. Armada, hello there.
Yo, what's up?
How does it feel? I assume you got the win.
Yeah. No, it feels good. It feels good. It was fun to do a tournament race. It was a little bit nervous coming in for sure, since I've never done like a race period. So it was a lot of fun, and I hope all the viewers enjoyed it. And I want to thank Oatvoid for a good match.
Absolutely. We already had his post-race interview there, but he was a little down, of course. Everybody, we're all here because we're competitive. We all want to win. But we thought it was a great race overall. There were a few slip-ups by both of you. You basically held the lead the entire way, but a few slip-ups gave him the opportunity to come back, but unfortunately he just could not capitalize on a few of those quick deaths that you may have had. And here we are. We have you moving on to the next round, where as I just mentioned to everyone here, you will be facing the winner of Gerbies versus Shaboom. So that will be very interesting. But I just want to say thank you again for being in this tournament. Very happy to have you, and can't wait to see you in the future. Collins, do you have anything for Armada here?
I don't think so. Just again, Armada, congrats on the W there, my friend. Pretty nice showing for your first ever Super Mario 64 match. How does it feel compared to say something like in Super Smash Brothers?
I feel like I don't know, like, since this is a very first race, like, I feel like I have to get used to the fact of, like, how risky versus how safe do I play, because I noticed when Oatvoid failed Cannulas, something I was afraid of getting stuck on, because that trick sometimes messes with me too. So basically when he did that mistake, I was like always keeping track where he was, and in some scenarios I felt like I played over safe, and then it actually backfired because I was not as used to doing, you know, some of these slightly different strats or movement. So I think I have to like try to like pay a little bit less attention on my opponent and a little bit more on myself. So I don't know. I feel like that was yeah, quite different.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting you say that, because in other tournaments that I've commentated for, you know, namely Ruby Mill and stuff like that, we've seen a lot of racers go for more like consistent strats or things that they're maybe not as used to in terms of like safety, and it's actually kind of gone worse from the end, kind of like you mentioned there, like going for the backup red and CCM for the CCM slide, or for the CCM race in 100 coin. You know, they're not used to that safety red movement, so they've actually taken a death off of the kind of thing there. So it's like, you know, it's just like I said, it's just very interesting you pick up on that like so early on in your kind of race career here. So definitely looking forward to the you know, to your future in Super Mario 64. Do you have any plans to continue to do tournaments in the future?
Like hosting or entering more? Or...
Just entering more, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's fun, and I think, you know, my stream enjoy it, and, you know, a lot of long-time SM64 fans, so it's clearly something I'm open to do more. And, I mean, as I said, like, even though it's like, you know, the first match and everything, it was like, yeah, a little bit of nerves. It was a cool feeling to experience again. It's been a while.
Yeah, that's awesome. Definitely glad to hear that you enjoyed the experience. Definitely enjoyed watching. Like I said, looking forward to the future you have here in the Super Mario 64 community. Definitely a lot of overlap between Super Mario 64 fans, players, whatever you want to say, and Super Smash Brothers as well. So definitely nice to have you involved in the community and whatnot. So again, congrats on the W, my friend. And yeah, we'll be seeing you next time for the winner of the Gerbies match. Should be very fun.
When is that match?
So that match is Sunday night, this Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern. So where I believe that would be 3 a.m. for you. I don't know if you'll be around, because I believe you said you're 6 hours ahead.
Yes,
so
6 hours ahead.
It would be about 3 a.m. For you. So maybe we'll see you there, maybe not. But
depends on how degen I am that day.
That's fair. Totally understandable. But everyone who's not already, if you're not, I urge you to follow Armada. Again, one of the Smash Bros gods, as they call him, now turned Super Mario 64 speedrunner. Not to say he doesn't play Smash Bros anymore, but please give this man a follow. Thanks again, Armada, for being here. Truly appreciate it.
Well, thanks for having me, guys. Thanks for having me.
We'll definitely be in contact.
The next round.
Absolutely.
For sure. Thanks
we'll
again,
see you
Armada.
soon.
Peace, guys.
See you later. And just want to say now to Collins. Collins, thank you so much. Great commentary. This man knows so much. And I guess speedruns as well, which I did not know. So everyone, please go ahead. There's his handle in the chat. Give this man a follow. Thank you so much for being a part of it. You know, great race. A lot of fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks again for having me. Really appreciate the opportunity to, you know, for me to branch out. There's not a lot of tournaments going on right now. We were pretty blessed in terms of tournaments, you know, the past couple months. So it's really nice to see you kind of hosting and whatnot. It's definitely much appreciated. And yeah, I'm just excited. You know, maybe I'll be back for this tourney one day and get to call some more matches. So it's been a good time. And yeah, thanks again for having me.
Of course. Yeah, no, it's been a great time. Definitely a little nervous, you know, first tournament running, but ultimately it's gone very well. Not really any issues here. I'm gonna go ahead and shout out my Discord. Everybody please join. and we're getting a lot of people commenting, shout out the music. This outro music here is by Felix_Helix. I believe that's his Twitch name. He actually played this on the piano, the DDD music. It is beautiful. He's got a SoundCloud if I'm not mistaken. So please check him out. And the intro music is by, I believe the name is Balcony Monkey, called Feature Presentation. Shrek Dog, a friend of Shrek Dog's, I believe makes that song. Very good. I think it's perfect. But Becky laughing in the background, I don't know why, but we're gonna continue on here, and we'll see you all later tonight. If you want to see another great race, again, it's Sean Raider versus Xenon, 9 p.m. Eastern, so a little under 6 hours from now, where I have Okami on commentary once again with me. But Collins, thanks again so much. Great to have you, and maybe we'll have you on again in the future.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks so much. All right, everybody, have a good one. Looking forward to watching the race tonight. So thanks again, and we'll see you soon.
Absolutely. Thanks again. Take it easy.